What's up, deviants? Welcome back to the Naughty Corner. This is Court is in Session, and we are coming to you on the unceded territory of the Wanneroo people. We are a Reddit Reads podcast where game recognizes game. We judge assholes because we know we've been one. We give advice on shitty situations because we know we've been there. And we are offering Aussie perspectives because you wouldn't know what the fuck we were talking about if we didn't. As demanded, I have Ben, and we are on baby watch. Ben, do we want to have a check-in to Big Man Nate at the hospital where Chloe is giving birth?
I messaged him like 10 minutes ago already.
Do we have a centimetre grading?
Last I got was 2 to 3. They are not currently pushing.
You got to get to 10 before that. Oh, we got to make it a short and sharp one. Normally we would shoot 2 episodes like back to back, but Ben's fucked his back at the gym. Our daughter's birthday is tomorrow, and
that's in 3.5 hours.
It gets super fucking hot in here because of how well insulated I did this studio, and I'm not wearing anything under the hoodie, so I can't take it off. So I'm not going to last in here as long. We don't have any paywall systems for you to purchase that kind of upper tier content. So here we go.
Don't say that. They'll start asking for it.
You say that like they're not already asking for it.
No. Bad Reddit.
Look at me.
It's just insert the Kevin Hart meme. Hey, you, look at me, look at me, look at me. No. No.
You cannot come yet.
We're going to get started off with a Cyber Bin Chickens, where we are digging through the remains of other Reddit Reads podcasts. This one is coming to us from Smosh. My best friend of 24 years, born a male, is now a transgender woman. I'm in love with her and I'm not sure if I should tell her.
Mate, just fucking tell her. I feel like a lot of guys are like, oh, bro, but that's gay. No, it's not.
So, again, all of these dudes, even if you go to your far right red pill Tate shit, all of it is that everything that you love about women is gay, and all of that really should be directed at your bros. Now you literally have both in one.
But also,
you can make everyone happy and everyone mad at the same time.
It could also turn out that it is a platonic love that he just didn't realize he had, or it could be a romantic love and not be a sexual love. Those are two distinctly different things, but
Let's
they
find
are
out.
Far too intertwined.
My friend and I, both 24 years old, have been best friends our entire lives.
Oh.
We're practically brothers. Well, not anymore. Our parents grew up together, went to the same schools, so my friend and I were together ever since we were little babies. We've always had each other's back, protected one another, cared for each other. When the whole world felt like it was against us, the both of us knew we were always looking out for each other. My friend is an amazing person, someone I can go to and trust completely. I'm blessed to have this person in my life. My friend transitioned to a female a few months ago. She's completely physically a woman. She's been through hormone replacement therapy these past few years. Seeing her becoming so much more happier is amazing to see. I'm absolutely proud of her. It's beautiful to see my friend now be so free, being comfortable with herself and always having the greatest smile on her face. But I'm falling for her, and these feelings aren't going away. I'll admit that I'm in love with my friend, the friend I've known for 24 years who is stealing my heart, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to lose my friend, but my feelings of friendship for her are turning to romantic/sexual feelings and attraction. After my friend transitioned, we continued hanging out and talking like nothing changed. We continued going out to clubs and bars, the movies, restaurants, playing video games. Nothing changed. We kept doing what we always did. During this time is when my feelings began to change. I started falling in love with her. You know what attracted me? Her. The way she is. My friend is now acting like herself, acting free and full of life. Always laughing, dancing, and being goofy. It hurts me because this is someone I grew up with, and I'm afraid my feelings are going to push her away or make this awkward. Always, I'm insanely happy being with my friend, but my feelings for her are killing me right now, every time we're together again. I've fallen in love with her true self. Her true self is absolutely beautiful. I've spoken to another close friend of mine about this. I just got made fun of. Haha, you want to fuck your bro, seriously? Is practically what I got. They didn't understand where I was coming from. They didn't understand what an insanely amazing person my friend is. This friend of mine feels it's creepy and nasty I'm falling for my best friend. They also aren't taking my friend's transition seriously, which is another reason why they're acting immature. All he did was make fun of me, so ever since then I haven't spoken to anyone else about how I feel. Also, aside from being scared of losing my friend, I'm afraid of what our families will think. What happens if my friend and I do end up together, and our families suddenly start to panic? I'm afraid not only ruining my friendship, but the friendship our parents have with themselves for many years. Both of our families were completely supportive when my friend transitioned, not a single negative comment. Everyone is proud of her, and the love our families have for her hasn't changed at all. I feel I'm overthinking all of this, especially because being friends is very different to being in a serious relationship. If anything, our families would be insanely happy we're together and be so annoying. But I'm more worried on the negative response, which is why I believe I'm overthinking this whole thing. Plus, if I plan to even confess my feelings for her, I have to do it soon. She's always being asked out on dates, but she tells me she's looking for the right person to spend time with. I feel this is my opportunity to confess, but I don't know if I should. I don't just want to confess how I feel about her. I want an actual relationship with my friend. If any of you have some advice, please definitely share it, because I have no clue what to do. I'll love to tell my friend how I feel about her, but I don't want to lose or ruin a 24-year friendship. I also don't want to make it seem that I'm falling for her just because she's now a woman. I don't want her to feel that way at all. What do you all think I should do?
So a couple of things. First up, and this is not related to the story, this is related to what you said before about them not being bros anymore because one of them's not a guy. Joe's a bro. Joe has been on the podcast
he
before.
specifically said brothers. Like, if you said bros, I'm like, that's universal.
I'm sorry, but in the metaphoric context that he's saying, you can have girls that are brothers, just like you can have women that are dads. Second of all, that other guy, fuck that guy off. That guy doesn't deserve you or your friend. Fuck that guy off. That's that guy. Third of all, I hope that this is the conversation that happens. Just, bro.
Like the sunflowers. Bro, you're my son, bro.
But yeah, realistically, it is you need to either find a way to get past this, or, better option, grow a pair and talk to them about it, because, hey, you never know, they could reciprocate. And if not, then it's better to have it out than have it fucking coked up. It also doesn't need to be hey, I'm in love with you, we need to be together. I actually just told you the other day about an anime that had a situation like this, where I thought it was really well done, because they're like, hey, I have genuine feelings for you, but I just need to get this out of me, because if it stays inside me, it's going to kill me. The person was very much straightforward with it, very much as soon as they were told, hey, I don't see you like that, started smiling, because they're like, cool. This wasn't about trying to get us together. This was just, I need to get this out of me.
I just needed the tension reliever of not carrying it anymore.
Yeah. And that's the worst possible situation. The best possible situation, she reciprocates, you get together. Everyone is happy except for that guy. And once again, fuck that guy.
Really, the worst thing that could happen is she points and laughs with him and then hits him with her car on the way out of the car park. But I take your point. On my side of things, I always come at them from the opposite side. And I've also been like super into estate planning due to, impending fear of death and whatnot. But the older you get, the more likely you are to regret the things that you didn't do as opposed to the things that you did. You can get over shit that you think you fucked up, but it's the holding things back that tend to be people who have had the privilege of aging reflect on as their biggest regrets. So in the end, if you declaring your feelings for this person is going to lead to a breakdown in the relationship, then that was simply a relationship for a season as opposed to a lifetime anyway. But overall, I'm just here for the lack of fucks given about the whole literally the trans part of this is the least interesting part. Like, it has absolutely no airtime whatsoever except for fuck that guy. Shoot your shot, man.
Yeah, your friend ended up with a vagina. You're being a pussy.
I mean, not really. He's trying to figure out whether or not he should shoot his shot first, or if, it would be selfish to put that on her and destroy a relationship for the both of them. Like, that's a genuine consideration.
You can shoot your shot in a way that doesn't have to jeopardize friendships and life.
I feel like that's very much something a dude would say.
Okay.
But she's a girl now, and saying no to some men can get us killed.
Yes, but I would like to believe that this person, as that girl's best friend who has been very supportive of this whole situation, isn't likely to murder her.
Wouldn't we all? Let's find out what happened, because we have an update.
I'm in jail now.
Screw it, I'm going for it. I'm going to ask out my friend. It's Saturday, 1 p.m. right now. I'm going to see if she wants to go on a date tonight. First off, thank you for giving me the motivation. Reading your comments made me realize I shouldn't waste time. I need to go for it or I'm going to regret it. Called it. I've also already seen this story on Smosh, but
Yeah, you just said I called it like Viridian does.
yeah, well, also at the same time, this was on Smosh like a fucking year ago. My plan is to take her out on a fun date and I'll confess my feelings during the date. I might even show her this post as I literally poured all my feelings into it. She actually lives a few houses down the street. Oh God, I'm picturing a fucking boombox from the 80s. From a ride on lawnmower. Let's go in, whole hog.
Yeah, just fists in the air as you ride off.
I mean, he's going to have to be pretty fucking strong if he's also got a boombox, because that means he's got to be holding that boombox with one arm if he's using the other to...
Yeah, I can do that.
You're in your mid-30s. This guy is 24.
When I worked at KFC, I used to be able to carry 2 12.5 kilo bags of flour plus the extra crap out at the same time. One on each shoulder. I feel like a boombox isn't 12.5 kilos.
Original ones from the 80s? I think they were heavier.
I don't know. I still reckon I could have done it when I was 16. But some of us just built different.
I'm going to message her to see if she's home so I can stop by. And while I'm there, I'm going to ask her out. Wish me luck. I'll continue to update.
Update 2. Fuck, I have a black eye now.
So it turned out she does not like me.
Turns out, not only does she not like me, she can still kick my ass.
It turns out her mum's also trans and is her dad now, and he punched the fuck out of me.
She also is one of the few people in the world that can say, my dad could beat up my dad.
Update 2. I got a date tonight. I was insanely nervous walking to my friend's house, but I can't stop smiling because I actually got a yes. One issue I had was where the date was going to be. I had no idea, but I remembered she loves this 80s bar and grill that has karaoke every night and tacos. So that's where we're going. Showed up, started talking like usual, and that's when I asked her. Told her I'd love to take her out on a date tonight, that I've been wanting to ask her out for the longest time. I definitely tried to hide my face from blushing because she had a huge smile when I asked her out. She's even extra excited because we're going to her favourite place. I feel asking her out has made her comfortable to flirt with me. She started complimenting me and even kissed me on the cheek before I left. Haven't gone on a date in quite some time, so I'm really looking forward for tonight, especially with the date being the girl I really love. I'm still nervous, but it'll pass eventually. My feelings!
See, we're having 2 very different mentalities on this. You're going with my feelings. My mentality is, hey guys, hit on the homies.
Date your bros, man. Date your fucking bros.
Yeah, even if you don't want to date them. I feel like, and this might just be that TV and movies has skewed my brain. Girls hit on their friends a lot more than guys do. Guys, we need to up our game.
Yeah, grab your bro's ass outside of a football scrum.
I was about to say, my friend group is a little bit not the norm in this situation because we hit on each other on a regular basis. It's not gay if it's Matt.
But we have established it is cheating if it's Matt. Even if it's Matt, it's still cheating. But with all of our weddings, there has been a tradition established where one of the dudes gets basically the final kiss of the night at the end of the wedding. So what I
started it.
You kissed Jono, and then Taylor kissed Chad, and then Matt kissed you. Who kissed Brent?
I would like to put a point of order. Taylor kissed Chud. And Josh kissed Brent. It is the group chat profile picture.
It is? Oh, wait, ours?
Like the one with everyone in it? That
I didn't realise that's what that was.
But also, I don't know which one of their weddings that's from.
Wait, well, whether or not it was Brent kissing Josh at Josh's wedding or Josh kissing Brent at Brent's wedding.
I think it was Brent kissing Josh at Josh's wedding. I don't know who kissed the other one.
We will be delaying Baby Watch while we get clarification on who kissed who at whose wedding.
Kiss your homies. There's a whole thing on Dropout about it, actually.
All I can picture is when Jono, Kath, and Matt were getting ready to leave. I'm like, hang on, has anyone kissed Ben yet? And
Matt ran.
Jono looks at Matt. Matt looks at Jono, and they're like, no. And he's like, get the car. Door slams. Jono does the whole hand over the back seat, like reversing thing that everyone's fucking into, and like just floors it away from me because you're on the other side of the car park. And then it's Matt jumps out, and I just see him running the rest of the way across the car park.
Because Jono couldn't do it. I kissed him at his wedding.
And they take this shit seriously, man. It's like our version of that Tag movie with Jeremy Renner.
I tried to get my friends to do that. They won't do it. Currently, Taylor's it. But has been for like 3 years. Taylor, when you're watching this, you're a fucking slacker and you need to up your game. You're in a locker room with at least one of these guys once a week.
We have some updates. I'm heading off to pick up my friend. You probably won't hear from me for quite a few hours.
Yeah, they would.
That was at 7:05 p.m. Next update, 8:40 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
So sorry I kept you all without an update, but the date went incredibly well and ended around 4 in the morning. All I'll say for now is, wow, what an amazing night it was. Next up, lunchtime.
Bang, bang, bang. I said bang, bang, bang.
12:24, August 22, so the next day. The date was absolutely amazing. I'll say it was the greatest night ever. Oh, sweet summer child at 24 years old. She looked incredible, the most gorgeous girl in the bar we went to. My heart kept pounding, though. She was stunning. Seeing as this was a date, I really wanted to flirt, so I kissed her on the cheek and told her she looked gorgeous. Seeing her smile and blush just made me blush as well, and I was definitely trying really hard not to screw anything up. We got to the favorite bar, and from that moment on, everything went perfectly. My biggest goal of the night was to kiss her, and she kept winking at me the entire night. I was being hesitant to kiss her. I was worried a kiss would be too much. This was me overthinking again, because she was pretty obvious about letting me kiss her. Eventually, we went back to her place. That's when I decided to drink a little more, as I was close to home. We continued to sing and dance, acting like it wasn't already 1 in the morning. I ended up sleeping at my friend's house. She didn't want me going off drunk, even though my house is actually a few houses away. The rest of the night was fantastic. Just the greatest I've ever had. I regret not asking her out sooner. Knowing my friend, she definitely told her mum. Knowing her mum, I have no doubt she told her husband, who will of course tell my parents about the date. I'm going to meet up with my friend tomorrow, so I'm really curious on what her mum said.
There's part of me that's the mocking asshole in me. That's just like, I really hope somebody's reaction when they're like, gay. I hope it's one of their dads. It's just, I feel like it has to be her dad.
Her dad, Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Another tiny update, 7:40 p.m., August 27, so that's 5 days later.
She left me.
I hope you're all doing awesome. Hope your weekend is going great. So my friend's mum knows about the date. She had a pretty great reaction to it. My friend said when she told her mum just celebrated. This all happened 4 years ago. Let's see what the fuck else comes from there. Comments like, bruh, don't leave me hanging like this. But there doesn't seem to be another update since then. So I tracked down the original account. Wasn't that hard, but they got married. He proposed to her and she said yes. Everyone's like, where is the original account? And then a bunch of people saying that they too also came looking for this story after seeing it on Smosh. With all of the shit that gets posted on here, we like some feel-good stories. Shall we move on to some Tumblr time?
Sure.
Our Tumblr time segment, the trash we find on Tumblr, rather than the rubbish we find on Reddit.
Just let's be real, they're just two sides of the same coin.
If anything, I feel like they're different tropes from the same generation. Like, Reddit is your millennial douchebags, your jock bros that ended up going into crypto and whatnot.
Okay.
While your Tumblr is like your goths and your emos.
I see it that Tumblr is just the natural evolution of DeviantArt, and that Reddit, in my mind, Reddit is still where all of the I hate the world nerds have gone to. Like, I know they are there too. That is the predominant thing in my head for Reddit. So it's, are you a...
Tumblr is the world hates me. Reddit is I hate the world.
Yeah. It's goth everybody hates me versus incels.
Which is usually I hate the world because I'm not getting laid. So I'm just irrationally, who left this grass outside angry.
It's a great line.
The first one is called, How Far Would You Go?
Yes.
My brother's girlfriend had HPV, so he went to get himself the HPV vaccine. That is human papillovirus. It can lead to cervical cancer. Even though most dudes do not have a cervix, passing it on can give any vagina-owning partners they have cervical cancer. So dudes, penis or not, require the vaccine.
Everyone should get the vaccine.
There is a fee to pay, nothing much, sometimes like 87 euros, but it's completely free if you're one of the at-risk groups. What does that mean? He asks. It's free if you're gay, he's told. Would I have to, prove it? Or just put a check mark here? My brother is in no way, shape or form attracted to men, but also he's stingy as it gets. So now he's officially gay. Congrats, bro.
I'd do the same thing.
Doctor, give it to me straight. You sure there's a fee? Give it to me gay. A gap, assigned gay at billing. Battleships responds, fascinated by the fact that his first question was about if he'd have to prove it. I want to know how far that man would go to save less than $1. Saint Sideways responds, sorry, do you think 87 euros is less than $1?
For the record, in Australia, that's approximately $140.
I thought we were at like 65-ish, like 65 cents on their dollar, so that would be more like 170 euros.
Gee, that would make it more than double if their 87 was 170. We'd have to be 50 cents to the dollar for that. 140 would be about the 66.
Oh, right. I was going in the wrong direction. I don't care enough to fight you on it, and I trust your word. I'm assuming you're right when it comes to this shit.
But also, people have done worse for gay chicken.
$20 is $20.
When I was at uni, I don't know if I've told this story before, but we had these two guys named Robbie and Pete. And Pete was a drama society kid, so not exactly straight, but not gay. And Robbie was, I refused to lose. There was a big guy that was on SNL like 40 years ago. He was like,
there an SNL 40 years ago?
Like when SNL first started being a thing, like your original Adam Sandler era, there was a big guy who's, I want to say his name was something Donahue, but he was like the giant guy that was just the background joke character in a lot of things. Robbie was that kind of guy. He was a huge guy, just did whatever he could to make anyone laugh. They got paired up at the end of one of our university events. It was called the Goon Olympics because it was run by the Goonion, the Association for the Appreciation of Cheap Cask Wine. Yeah, that's what they had to put on all of the official documentation because they couldn't just call themselves the Goonion. Has multiple chapters across multiple universities of Australia.
If you blow up the actual cask part on the inside of the box, you can use it as a pillow.
Yep. Goons. So multi-purpose. You can also get multiple different kinds of goons these days, whereas back in the day it had to be wine. You can get like vodka goons and bourbon goons and all kinds of fucking shit now. But we did Goon Olympics, which was like a 2-day stretch of events that happened mostly out of one of the bars. I was on Pete's team because of course I was competing in this. One of the events that we did was the drag race, where we would get set up at the bar. One member of each team got dressed in drag, and they had to race across campus to the lolly shop, buy a lollipop, run back, and then give their drag spiel. That's how I learned I could run in heels. When we got to the end of it, it was down to Pete on our team and Robbie on another team, and the tiebreaker was gay chicken. Except they had to end it because they broke a table because they were making out so aggressively and they were both big guys. So they were worried that it was going to be a health hazard and they weren't going to legally be able to have it in the bar anymore if they kept going, because Pete was down for it and so was his girlfriend, and Robbie wasn't going to.
Isla Fisher's character in Tag, we'll do whatever it takes to win.
No. He was down for it because he likes making out with people. She was down with it because she liked watching her boyfriend make out with people. Which, hey, get your freak on. If any of you see this, hi.
Our next one is an ode to Terry Pratchett.
Okay.
Just a series of his quotes to carry with us in these dystopian times.
Just remember that all of the deaths are now back in death, except for the death of cats, which wanted to have a nap before to go back into him.
There were times when the world did not need policemen, because what it really did need was for somebody who knew what they were doing to shut it all down and start it all up again, so that this time it could be done properly. I don't know what this is referring to, but I'm getting the point. What we're saying is defund the police.
Discworld is a universe. There are like...
Oh, it's like the Terry Pratchett verse of stories.
Well, yeah, it's called the Discworld because Terry Pratchett's world is a flat earth that is held on the back of 4 giant elephants that themselves are on the back of a giant turtle that is floating through space.
I knew the turtle part. I was not aware of the elephants part.
Yeah, it's turtles, elephant, Discworld. But there is also an underneath the Discworld. So there is an underside of it.
Yeah, in between the bottom of the world and the elephants, one would presume.
Yes. But we specifically know there is because in one of the books they go underneath. A lot of parodies. They make rock music in one of them, and it's just music played on rocks. They have the color of magic, which I believe is aubergine, which is eggplant purple. Also, that's the only one of the books that's been made into a live-action adaptation, I believe. But anything Terry Pratchett does is fucking gold.
Did. He doesn't get a say anymore, unfortunately. Though his daughter does always stay true to what her father wanted.
I still wholeheartedly believe that he is out there somewhere influencing everything. Also,
I fucking hope so.
I disagree with your interpretation of what was said. I believe what he's saying is that rather than defunding the police, we need to burn the entire establishment down, not just the police.
Oh, yes, but I'm assuming that this person has specifically taken that quote in relation to everything that's happening. And that's specifically like his message. Here's how it relates to shit that's happening right now.
Yes, in which case I feel like it's not just a defund the police, it's a let's burn the system down and start a new one.
That's how I'll gladly take it.
Yeah.
But what should we do when the highborn and wealthy take to crime? Indeed, if a poor man will spend a year in prison for stealing out of hunger, how high would the gallows need to be to hang the rich man who breaks the law out of greed? Well, that would presume that rich people who steal actually face any accountability for it. I mean, the last time that happened, well, Luigi Mangione got arrested. I mean, by the look of it, those charges are being thrown out, but that doesn't mean that there's whole systems out there specifically to allow for rich people to steal from the poor.
Also, the rich's gallows are different to poor people's gallows. For the sheer fact of poor people can only afford rope, rich people get metal.
I'm here for the guillotine.
This is making me think of there's a character in Soul Eater. All of the weapons in it can turn into whatever weapon they are. There's a guy with a guillotine.
Nice.
So he grabs you and then a blade comes from his chest to his hands where he's holding onto the back of your neck.
See, I'd be like, my fingers.
Well, he can't cut himself.
Why not?
He is...
Is he all metal?
No, his arms turn into the wooden sides of the guillotine. So rather than him having fingers there, he'd go like that and the metal would stop in the crease.
I'm not a natural killer. See this? See what it says? I'm supposed to keep the peace. I am. If I kill people to do it, I'm reading the wrong manual. Watch Commander Sam Vimes on policing. Terry Pratchett, Jingo. I'm here for Sam Vimes.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, the guards in Discworld are all absolutely dope characters, from what I remember.
He asked you to shoot at people who weren't shooting back, growled Vimes, striding forward. They are throwing stones, Sarge, said Colin. So, stay out of range. They'll get tired before we do. No excuses. No excuses at all. Once you had a good excuse, you open the door to bad excuses. No notes?
No.
It's Terry Pratchett. No fucking notes.
Was it him that wrote Sandman with Neil Gaiman?
Mm-hmm. Though
Yeah,
I don't know whether or not they're still doing it.
Well, they're not doing it. Definitely not doing it anymore. What do you mean the show?
Yeah.
Season 2 came out not long ago.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure season 3 was supposed to be a thing. And then Neil Gaiman's allegations came out and fucking someone else got ruined for us all. Yeah, the Terry Pratchett estate said that they wouldn't be continuing. At least not if Neil Gaiman was included in the project. But we were dragons. We were supposed to be cruel, cunning, heartless, and terrible. But this much I can tell you. We never burned and tortured and ripped one another apart and called it morality. The Dragon on Human Nature, Part 2.
That's something I've done in D&D. Dragons, in everything D&D I ever do, are one of the few creatures that inherently follow what their alignment says. So there are chaotic good, there are lawful good. They have inbuilt in them that I should be this thing. And they all respect the hell out of humans that follow their alignment now. So like a dragon that sees
I would
human...
think it's a presentation of integrity.
Well, it's I have to do this, you're choosing to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to respect you more than I'm going to respect a dragon that has to do this. Same's true for the chaotic evil ones, though. They respect the humans that are chaotic evil because game respects game.
And while it was regarded as pretty good evidence of criminality to be living in a slum, for some reason, owning a whole street of them merely got you invited to the very best social occasions. If that isn't a fucking clapback and a half.
The fun thing would be to look at when all of these quotes were written, because most of these books are like 20 years old at this point.
Yeah, that's just it. It's, when it comes to dystopian specifically, it's not actually a commentary of you should fear what the world could become. It is a live running commentary of where the world will end up based on what's happening right now. This was just fucking pattern recognition.
Yeah.
You can see based on how people act, even in the 80s, as to how the fuck we got here. the calling out of that. Like I once had a group of senior boys in a woodwork class ask me, "Oh, Miss, which of us do you think would be the one that would commit the most crimes?" And I pointed out he was the most clean cut. He had his hair done. He was wearing his tie straight. I'm like, him. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, most crime is done by white dudes in suits working in a fucking skyscraper, mate.
But even if it's not guys in suits in skyscrapers, you're statistically less likely to be incarcerated and likely to be incarcerated for less time as a white fella than you are a black fella. It's hard to commit crimes in jail. If he's getting out faster and not going in as often, he's going to commit more crimes.
And even when they're in, like, they fucking find a way because most of them are in there for white-collar crime or public order crimes.
Yeah, it's the old joke of who's the scariest person in a jail? The white guy. He actually did it.
Gotta add that one to the list of philosophical quotes that we've had. Like, we had one from Hugh, beauty standards aren't standard. And it's like, well, fuck, Confucius, give me a beat.
Again, one of the animes I was watching today, the main love interest for it is a blind woman who the main character's only just met. And she's just talking about, hey, I want to see fireworks. And he's just taken aback because, like, I feel like this is a trap because she can't see fireworks. It's like, these are the most beautiful thing, but I can't see what you consider beautiful. I just have to go by the reaction of what it puts onto my body in other stimulus. If a blind person isn't going to think that you're beautiful, doesn't fucking matter.
I thought you were going somewhere with like they're like kids. Like if they tell you you're ugly, you're ugly.
That's not the mentality I like to live with. It's like the blind person, I believe in Shallow Hal, who's just like, this person is beautiful to me. Can't see what they look like, but they're a beautiful person.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's just from a purely comedic perspective. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Kids are assholes. But they're accurate assholes.
For the enemy is not troll, nor is it dwarf, but it is baleful, the malign, the cowardly, the vessels of hatred, those who do a bad thing and call it good.
So trolls.
Sir Terry Pratchett was not remotely in the vicinity of fucking around and had never even heard of that ridiculous thing some of his esteemed colleagues referred to as chill. In point of fact, he had heard of it on numerous occasions, most often when a friend or well-meaning but politely horrified acquaintance advised him to locate some. But he always studiously ignored this in favour of a much more productive, righteous fury, which he kept hot enough to boil the kettle for his afternoon tea. If the world was not going to work as it should, then damn it all. He would create one in which people had some blasted sense for a change. And he did. Spite, as it turns out, makes for an excellent motivator.
So she's ended up with a university degree.
That's how I'm still fucking breathing, mate. Like, everything I have, I got out of pure spite. Being like, that's no way to live. And it's like, it's that or dead. I don't know what.
I'm pretty sure that's why my mom's still alive. Purely out of spite.
That last bit comes from Breland Walker. Followed up with a response from Vaspider. The most powerful love wraps around a core of white-hot fury. How dare you, it says. How dare you treat us this way? We are worth so much more. And that's it. That's why people need to get anger on their side. They need to understand exactly what it's for. It's quite literally the part of you that loves you the most because it's experiencing that injustice and saying that you deserve better.
It does make me think of Bender's quote on love, which, yes, I did just look up. In Futurama, in specifically the movie Beast with a Billion Backs, where Bender breaks into another port of reality to try and get all of his friends back, that he's told that we're in love and it's beautiful and it's special and we all trust each other inherently and none of us keep secrets from each other, which they still are, even if they are plugged in by the neck. And he says, love doesn't share itself with the world. Love is suspicious. Love is needy. Love is fearful. Love is greedy. My friends, there is no great love without great jealousy. I don't know why that reminded me of it, but it is the...
It's just the two sides of the coin type. The one cannot exist without the other.
Yeah. No matter how happy you make somebody else, it's going to make somebody else upset. And if your love is making people upset, you're doing it right.
Dickhead cut off half his fucking finger.
This is after almost a week of recovery.
He does it at least once a year.
It's happened twice.
It's happened once a year. I can't remember what the last one was, but there was one in between this and the time you almost took your fucking thumb off on Christmas because you insisted on trying to saw.
The same finger. I have stabbed or cut myself 4 times.
The bacon just tried to cut through a solid chunk of frozen bacon.
No, I didn't. I was using a knife to try and separate out between the parts I wanted and the parts I didn't want, because I didn't want to defrost out too much bacon because I was the only one eating it.
That provides more context, but how does that negate what I said?
Because I wasn't cutting through a slab of bacon. I also didn't slice my finger that time or my thumb. I stabbed myself. I've cut my fingertip off twice. Well, that's not fingertip, but same finger again. It's always right there. Because it's the finger that sits first forward.
Because I don't learn.
I have cut myself twice in a decent fashion, and I've stabbed myself twice. Once that time. The other time was with a shark. I got attacked by a shark, and I'm still pissed off at the toy company for making me do it.
It was a megalodon monster truck. Wrapping up on Tumblr time.
That's where the scar is there. That's almost gone.
On being trans around the world wars. Being a trans guy directly post World War I and World War II was so easy. You could just be like, yeah, I got my dick blown off in the war, and everyone would be like, hey, that happened to my buddy Jim, and not even question it. Truly next level valor stealing to pass. Following up. Not sure if you'll know this, but one of the first trans men to ever get a phalloplasty was a British guy named Lawrence Michael Dillon. Dillon was a doctor himself. In fact, he performed a gender-affirming orchiectomy on Roberta Cowell, who had been taking tea and passing as male for years, and he was watching Harold Gillies, a pioneer of dick surgery. I love that in there. A pioneer of dick surgery for the pandemic of guys who got their hogs rocked by bombs from World War II. Guys who got their hogs rocked by bombs is all in like title caps. Like that is actually the name of a group.
That should be written on the side of a jet.
Do all these dick reparation surgeries, so he got to wondering, hey, if you can reconstruct a dick, you can construct a dick. They got to talking about it, and eventually your boy Dylan got surgery, so shout out to all those British dudes who lost their cockfighting Nazis and inadvertently contributed research/techniques to the transgender cause. I love this for everybody involved.
I only have one note to the entire thing. Post-World War I, they weren't Nazis.
Well, it says World War I, World War II.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Harold Gillies, a pioneer of dick surgery for the pandemic of guys who got their hogs rocked by bombs from World War II.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said between the two. My bad.
When people are getting their junk blown off all the time, like...
As soon as it affects straight white guys, then it's allowed to be done to everyone else.
Add that to the philosophy list. Well, that's wrapping up for Tumblr time. Our final segment of the evening is going to be some shit cunts and sick cunts.
I'll get the flags.
Or sick cunts and shit cunts. I never remember what order that is supposed to be in. But it is our standard Am I the Asshole stories, except not the asshole is just often too much of a neutral judgment, whereas sometimes they're not the asshole, but they're so far not the asshole that they've completely overcorrected into being an absolute fucking legend.
We need to get a third one, so it's like triangle. So it's shit cunt, sick cunt, and then
Why are you here? Like, why are you here? Am I the asshole for wanting my husband in the delivery room? I, 27 female, 30 weeks pregnant, and just found out my husband, 31 male, doesn't want to be in the delivery room. All I said was that I need him there to hold my hand.
I was a fucking orderly when she was in the hospital.
That's only because you stole the scrubs.
No, I stole the scrubs after. I was running around getting towels and shit for the entire time. Whatever those people needed to make sure you were okay, I was getting.
You were wearing the scrubs when that was happening.
They gave me those scrubs. I stole a different pair of scrubs and let them watch these ones.
All I said was that I need him there to hold my hand and support me during one of the hardest moments of my life. He turned it into me making an ultimatum, which I wasn't. He said it's not really a thing for husbands to be there, that some women don't even want their husbands there because they might lose attraction, like if I pooped during labour, and told me to look up percentages of men who want to be there. I originally brought up pooping on the table before this conversation. He then hung up on me. He wouldn't even give me actual reasons why, like he just couldn't be bothered. Now I feel hurt and like I'm starting to lose respect for him. It feels like he doesn't want to be there for the hard part, just the baby at the end. Am I overreacting, or is this as big of a deal as it feels? Am I forcing him out of his comfort zone and not appreciating it? Edit, we are from Canada, because apparently that matters.
Oh, sweetie, you think that the actually delivering is the hard part. No, your husband's a fucking piece of shit. Even if you're not comfortable with being there and seeing what is happening with your wife, harden the fuck up. Your wife is going through something a million times worse. She's pushing a human out of herself. Your husband's a shit cunt.
Well, last week, which is actually yesterday for us right now, the first episode with Kaya Pugh came out. And in that episode, we had a story about the exact opposite. about a wife who, until she was 36 weeks pregnant, did not tell her husband that she had no intention of allowing him into the delivery room. And I'm going to have exactly the same comments here. Why the fuck was this not a discussion when yous were going into a long-term relationship? Because these sort of expectations, if something's going to be deviating from what the standard expectation is, like, it's got to be a fucking discussion. You do not get someone pregnant or get pregnant by someone and not have a discussion first as to whether they're going to be in the room or not. Because if this means something to you so much that he should be there and that he should want to be there, that should have been a fucking discussion long before you were ever pregnant. And I don't understand why people aren't ever having a conversation before getting married and having kids. Like, have you met your husband, ma'am? Or just, can you imagine not having been there for Aura?
We had Aura in the peak of the pandemic, and not only was I never going to let them not let me be there, when our midwife told us that our daughter was so cute she might just steal her, I threatened her ass and told her she wouldn't make it to the door.
That was our obstetrician, not a midwife.
Oh, my bad. I would have had the same energy if they had told me I wasn't allowed to be coming in with you. It would have been a, hey, I don't think we're having this discussion until after my daughter has been born. You know what? This guy is worried about losing attraction for his wife seeing her poop herself on the delivery table. You know what's going to make your wife lose attraction for you? This.
Yeah, having no emotional investment in actually being there and providing emotional support during the labour and delivery.
Because also, you know, if he's going to try and opt out of this, he's going to try and opt out of fucking everything else. He's going to be the, hey, I'm there.
I won't love my baby if I have to change their shitty nappy. But also, like, if you can lose attraction to me, you don't love me. I mean, obviously, like, if I become a cunt, then fair call, mate.
And when she says if she became a cunt, she means if she became a shit cunt.
More importantly, like, to him or in the scheme of our shared morals and values.
I'm a cunt to a lot of people. My wife's not one of them.
Yeah, again, I've had to have this conversation with both Kaya and Hugh, both of which I'm like, I openly claim I'm a cunt, and they're like, I've never experienced that of you. And it's like, yeah, because it's an energy match thing. Cunts get cunt me. And they're like, oh, because then they feel good about themselves. They're like, oh, I'm a good person.
I'm not a cunt in general. I weaponize cunt. Sometimes somebody isn't being a cunt to me, but they still need to be fucked up. And that's when that person gets cunted at. This is a weird thing to be saying out loud.
Like when we misgender transphobic people who are misgendering trans students.
This is why X is still Twitter. Because the cunt that owns it deserves to never be able to be called by his proper name.
The only appropriate dead naming is that X is always Twitter.
Yep.
Like, do you even like your wife, man? If you have studied birth enough to know that, you know, this is shit that can be going down, no pun intended, in delivery.
Oh, this guy definitely isn't going down.
If you've researched enough to know that that's a possibility, then surely you understand, at least on a surface level, exactly what she's going to be going through. And you're just saying, like, yeah, you can deal with that shit on your own.
You don't even need to have researched anything. If you know what labor is, as a general concept, you know how much pain and how much shit she's going to be going through for this.
No pun intended. Pun intended. Pun intended. Intend your puns, coward.
But also, you can tell this guy's one of those douchebags that's like, oh, I don't want to see a baby ruining my favorite place. Like, that's not going to be a place you get to go anymore, my guy.
You're not invited anymore. You're banned.
Yeah. This is one of those guys that immediately after his wife leaves him for a woman, he's like, oh, I turned my wife gay. Yes, you did. Not because she's now attracted to women more. It's because women are much more attentive in general.
A lesbian's bare minimum is a straight man's, like, max effort.
That's why I'm glad I'm not that straight presenting.
I was having this conversation with Kira because she's like, I was absolutely the man in my relationship. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You cishets are fucking weird. Like, what do you mean when money needs to be earned for bills, you both don't just
make money.
Yeah. And that when there's shit to be done around the house, you don't just see it and fucking do it. And when kids need help with something, you don't help. Everyone's role is doing whatever the fuck needs to be done at the time it needs to be done. And the idea that there's like roles of what falls into who's just get the fucking mortgage paid. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Mum and dad, while still a great terminology to have, it's not the same thing as it used to be. Dad can be mum, mum can be dad, and everyone should be a bit of everything in between. Also, I am cishet, but I'm not that cishet. I'm not intending to alter from what I was assigned at birth.
Yeah.
So in my mind, that makes me cis, even if I do have an extra chromosome thrown in there.
I feel like the point of it was the actual relationship itself. So even if you consider yourself cishet, we are not a cishet couple.
We're not basic bitches.
I'm concerned for the heteros, is what I'm saying. That's.
I feel like if any part of that I wasn't, it wasn't the hetero.
Well, again, I meant the hetero, like, relationships.
The heteronormative.
Wrapping up. Am I the asshole for being upset my wife didn't stay in the hospital with me? I tried to stay in the hospital with you. They kicked me out.
You tried to stay in the hospital with me. You then moved into another room across the hall, and then they kicked you out. I got annoyed with Courtney at one point when I was in the hospital. This is my favorite story to tell people whenever it comes to anything medical coming up. When my wife was pregnant, I thought I was having sympathy pains because I had heard so many times about how husbands can occasionally get sympathy pains. That's something akin to a Braxton Hicks. I believe that's the right term.
Yeah. I was like 2 months pregnant. It was not that.
So I had been having like a pain in my abdomen periodically for about a week and a half. And then one night I'm driving home from D&D, doubled over the steering wheel in intense pain, get home, curl up in the fetal position in bed. Courtney asked me where the pain is. I'm like, oh, right about here.
Like, that's your fucking appendix.
So I go to the hospital with Chud, and I'm there.
Credit where credit is due.
Yep, credit where credit is due. I wait overnight, and I'm told the entire time, can't eat anything because you might have to go in for surgery. Mind you, I haven't eaten for about 7 hours at this point because I've gone straight from work to D&D to this. I stay in the waiting room, finally get pulled into the back of house at about 6 a.m, given a bed, told just chill out here, they'll come grab me when operations happen. Court gets V off to school because we didn't have Aura at the time.
But we did. She was just cooking.
Lunchtime rolls around, you go across the road to the pub, grab food, come back in. Dinner time comes around, you go across to the pub, come back, eat your food. At 8 o'clock, the surgeon comes in and says, hey, we didn't quite get to you today. You're first on our roster for tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, can you go across the road and get me some pub food? And the doctor's like, oh, the bistro closes at 8. I'm like, motherfuckers. So she went and grabbed me Hungry Jack's instead, because that's also across the road. Mm-hmm. Though a much more difficult across the road to get to.
It's easy to end up in your own head and get super inconsiderate because you're just not thinking about shit happening around you. But I also felt like it was one of those the any minute now type situations.
Yeah.
And then any minute now turned into 2 fucking days.
Yeah, and I get hangry.
No matter how angry you get, you physically cannot direct it at anybody. Even in the times you have gotten angry, like I remember when you had a go at Brittany and Kiralee to get out of the house because they were about to be punching on in front of the kids. Like you were not happy about that situation.
I wasn't angry.
But it was a commanding type situation.
In that situation, I wasn't angry. I just needed people to do something.
Yeah. But like you're saying that you were hangry, but it's like I never had any inkling that you were upset at all.
No, because I was also in immense fucking pain.
Yeah.
Which, hey, if you are ever angry, pain gets rid of it real fast. I broke my hand once because I was angry and punched the door. I stopped being angry immediately.
Now I'm sad.
No, it was like when I cut my finger the other day. I just dropped to the floor until we could do something about it, which took me about 10 minutes to be able to call somebody to be able to get me to the hospital. Not for my finger. That I just...
Rubbed some dirt in it.
No, my hospitality mentality kicked in. I was like, get me some paper towel, get me some duct tape, we'll be fine. Because that's what you do in hospitality. You put paper towel, duct tape, maybe gauze if you're in a fancier place, and then you get your ass back to work. I finished dinner after I cut fingernail off.
After I got you the Dettol and the Band-Aid.
Yes. we staunched the blood, and then I got back to work because it needed to be done. Mind you, I would like to put it out there. I cut my finger while I was cutting up the scraps for the chickens, so that way I didn't have to worry about my fingernail or there was a piece of finger in our food.
The chickens, however, have a bloodlust now.
That explains why they've been coming closer to me. Chaka Alba flew into me yesterday.
So I, 31 male, was in a motorcycle accident earlier this week.
So I'm sorry.
I'm already annoyed with you. You should know better. My wife, 35 female, has 3 kids from a previous marriage, 17 female, 10 male, and 5 male. We have a 1-year-old together. I had a collapsed lung and had a chest tube put in, a broken leg, and an arm and torn ligaments in my knee. I've been in hospital since Monday. She came out the day of my accident and stayed until about 4 a.m. Was back that same morning but has gone home each night. Yesterday, she only stayed until about 1 p.m. to prepare the house for the hurricane, and she didn't come at all today because the weather wasn't great, and she said she didn't want to leave the kids. I told her I was upset that I basically went through everything alone, that I would have done anything to be with her. She told me she's been there as much as possible, and it's not fair to dump all the kids on her daughter, especially since I'll need a lot of help when I get home, and her daughter will need to help with the kids when she works. I told her marriage means through thick and thin, and I feel abandoned. Now I'm getting one-word answers from her. Am I the asshole for feeling like an afterthought? Yes.
Yes, you are.
I would pull out your fucking chest tube. Your wife went home after being with you all fucking day
In a hurricane.
to prepare your fucking house for a hurricane with 4 fucking kids at home. And you want her there despite the fact that you have 24 fucking 7 care from an entire medical team after axing yourself on a fucking motorbike.
To be fair, somebody else could have axed him while he was riding the motorbike.
This attitude, I blame him. He deserved it.
We're not an anti-motorbike people here. Plenty of our friends.
We're anti-cunt.
Yeah. Just because he had an accident on the motorbike does not mean he was at fault in that accident.
He's just at fault.
Yeah, he's just a cunt. He's just a shit cunt. You have a 1-year-old.
The house could completely fucking fall apart if it is not appropriately prepared for an oncoming hurricane. Your children could literally fucking die. You're fine. You're in a concrete building that is specifically designed to be the type of infrastructure that can withhold a hurricane. You have generators backing everything up. You have full medical care. You're in a full sterile environment. You are an afterthought, as you fucking should be. And if you gave a shit about your wife or your kids, you would recognize that and you would not be trying to put something else on her fucking plate. Especially since, as she said, she's still fucking working throughout all of this.
You're a shit cunt.
I hope you get sepsis and die alone. Cunt. We need to do baby watch. We'll see you next time in the Naughty Corner. Bye.
Bye.